Welcome to the proposal for the implementation of a new enterprise inventory management system for the largest distilled alcohol and wine distribution company in America, Southern Wine and Spirits, Inc. The alcoholic beverage industry in the U.S. is highly regulated, and the current laws are still based on the time of Prohibition and its repeal. The alcohol industry is a powerful global business complex and includes the manufacturers of distilled spirits, beer, and wine, as well as the associated network of distributors and wholesalers. In the United States, the industry is organized into a three-tiered system of manufacturers, distributors, and retailers of alcohol. This tiered system is dominated by a group of relatively few manufacturers who wield a powerful combination of sophisticated lobbying tactics, targeted advertising dollars, political campaign contributions, and creative marketing campaigns to create and maintain an environment that remains favorable to their political and economic interests. In addition, the alcohol industry also exerts significant political and economic influence on advertising and commercial mass media industries. The U.S. beer, wine, and spirits distribution industry includes about 3,400 companies with combined annual revenue of about $200 billion. Both the wine and spirits industries have experienced steady, consistent growth over the last 10 to 15 years, while the beer industry has continued to lose market share for the fifth consecutive year. The growth in distilleries has been significant. In 2004, there were 50 distilleries in the U.S., and by 2014, that number had grown to 600. The growth has been even more incredible with wineries, which went from 2,400 in 2004 to 8,391 in 2014. The industry will continue to grow in 2016 by an estimated 3.9%, thanks to 230 million plus adults of legal drinking age within the U.S. Southern Wine and Spirits of America, Inc., which is commonly referred to as Southern, is the largest distributor of wine and spirits in the United States. Southern, which is the nation's 25th largest private company according to Forbes, employs approximately 14,500 people, operates in 35 states, and is headquartered in Miami, Florida. In 2014, Southern generated $11.9 billion in distribution revenue. Southern Wine and Spirits is one of only a few distributors with a national footprint capable of supplying product to national retailers, hotels, and restaurants, and is the largest distributor in the nation with revenue more than double of its closest competitor. The recent acquisition of Glazers, the nation's fourth largest distributor, further solidifies Southern's position in the industry. Barring regulatory changes in the three-tier system, Southern should continue to serve in this position for the foreseeable future without any challenges to their dominance. The primary activity areas in Southern's value chain that are primed for a technology-based transformation are in the areas of inbound logistics, operations, and outbound logistics. Many of the activities in these areas overlap and involve inventory distribution and management. Southern Wine and Spirits inbound logistic activities include the transportation of wine and distilled spirits inventory to the major depot warehouse locations and local distribution centers, receiving and storing the new inventory, and managing the inbound inventory control system. Southern's operations activities include local inventory management and replenishment, internal and customer order processing, order fulfillment, delivery verification, and customer invoicing. Southern's outbound logistics activities include order preparation, order consolidation, physical verification of orders, dock distribution, delivery routing, and order delivery. While some aspects of the distribution supply chain utilize new technologies, the alcohol distribution industry is still mostly out of date when it comes to technology. Most processes are manual, prices need to be manually updated, inventory tracking is manual, and there's little automation or innovation that is currently happening in the industry. Being the largest distributor in the nation magnifies the impact of any transformation implemented due to Southern's large geographic footprint. Furthermore, the distribution of alcohol is very disjointed, even in national companies like Southern, and there is no consistency with regard to technology. In many cases, manual processes are still performed when automated processes exist. A few key technology transformations could have significant impact on the distribution of alcohol for Southern Wine and Spirits. A high level of supply chain management is a cornerstone for Southern Wine and Spirits value delivery to its customers. With over 1,500 suppliers and 5,000 brands, Southern Wine and Spirits has thousands of stock keeping units, SKUs, to manage within their supply chain. Effective operations within their distribution centers are crucial to Southern Wine and Spirits' ability to provide high level and low cost service to its customers. The proposed transformation is the implementation of a centralized enterprise inventory management system that allows for end-to-end visibility throughout the inventory, acquisition, and distribution supply chain. Southern Wine and Spirits prides itself on having one of the most efficient and dynamic supply chain networks in the alcohol beverage industry today. This was made possible largely due to the investment in building their own distribution centers and managing their own fleet. Southern has state-of-the-art distribution centers and warehouses in multiple states, including Colorado, Florida, and Washington. However, these distribution centers are isolated from corporate offices and subsidiaries, many of which have inventory systems that are decades old. The proposed centralized enterprise inventory management system is designed to provide a central enterprise data warehouse to manage the inventory all the way from receiving product from the manufacturers to the delivery and feedback from the retailers, inclusive of any stocking and distribution tasks that take place between these points. This particular proposed transformation was chosen due to the obvious need of such a centralized and uniform management system. A centralized enterprise inventory management system will provide the following advantages: improved operating efficiencies and inventory control, determination of optimal inventory levels, predictive stocking based on historical trends, improved transportation routing and maximization of payload capacity, ability to dynamically adjust to demand fluctuations, better control of operational cash flow, implementation of a customer-facing portal for ordering and feedback. In the current inventory management process at Southern, each regional subsidiary is operating their own inventory management system that communicates data between the local customers, sales offices, and distribution centers. The local inventory data is then fed into a different enterprise reporting system in the Miami headquarters via a weekly batch job. The corporate headquarters does not have any visibility into the actual inventory of the individual subsidiaries. Having different inventory systems throughout the company causes a lot of data inconsistencies, which may result in manual rework, lower customer satisfaction, and lost sales. In addition, this creates a situation where Southern Wine and Spirits does not have a live and accurate insight into their inventory levels and costs. The proposed transformation process includes installation of a single inventory management system across all of Southern Wine and Spirits subsidiaries. The new system will allow Southern to have a single version of truth and will reduce occurrences of data inconsistency. In addition, the new system will allow the company to have live data regarding their inventory levels and costs across all of its locations in any given time. Having consistent data and increased transparency will allow for a significant cost reduction through inventory optimization and better planning. Additionally, integration of supplier and customer portals will significantly improve collaboration with the up and downstream tiers. Southern will certainly see a large internal impact from this transformation, but the impact on the customer is also very important to understand. With an improved inventory tracking system, Southern will make sure that they have the right product at the right place at the right time, improving customer satisfaction. Alcohol is a very sensitive product and has the ability to freeze or go bad easily. By ensuring that we have an improved supply chain through a centralized inventory management system, we'll make sure that the customer always ends up with a quality product. The financial impact of this transformation can be broken down into three different areas: revenue, cost, and intangibles. With any software implementation within an organization, there's going to be costs associated with that. You have training, the cost of the software itself, the hardware for the software to run on, the implementation and rollout, and the learning curve and integration that comes with it. The revenues, though, with this transformation far outweigh any costs that we would see. We would have reduced warehouse space, which is going to lead to lower costs. We're going to have lower transportation costs. We're going to have a more efficient workforce. Sales will increase. Reduction of products going bad due to lack of inventory control. Reduction in carrying costs. Increased fulfillment rate. Ability to meet increase for product demand based off forecasting. And decreased maintenance costs. The intangibles would be in the form of any issues we run into with the software, system outages that would impact the organization, and we definitely also have increased customer satisfaction. This transformation will help Southern Wine & Spirits to continue to build on its already impressive market share in a number of different ways. Through the increased efficiencies we will see through this transformation, Southern is going to be able to reduce their costs, making them more competitive across the country. With the centralized data that they will be able to pull in from the new system, they'll also have more insight into underperforming markets to help to continue to really focus on where growth is needed. The advanced technology that we'll be putting in place is going to make Southern more attractive to many producers because they feel that we'll be able to more effectively get their products to market. It will also help Southern with entering new markets and regions. Because we have a centralized system, we no longer will have to spend as much time and effort in growing out those various regions and their individual systems. In line with the current process of acquisition, our transformation of a unified inventory management system with smart transportation will be rolled out geographically, starting with Florida, where the corporate headquarters is located and most available IT resources exist. The timeline for Florida will also include an additional 3 months for hardware implementation. Upon a successful implementation in Florida, the next location will be Texas, where a significant portion of Glazer's support is based. Beyond these 2 test markets, successive regions in order are Southwest, the Northeast, West Coast, and then the remaining regions. Each region should be implemented on a rolling 12-month schedule with 6 months for technical implementation, 3 months testing and issue resolution, and lastly 3 months for go-live support. Employees at all levels of the organization will require extensive training on the new inventory management system and the implications of smart transportation. Also, reliance on legacy practices will need to be broken. The overall strategy is to achieve reduced inventory costs and provide better visibility nationwide using a single enterprise-wide inventory management system. The financial objectives include decreased inventory management costs, insight into real-time profit and loss for each region, decrease carrying costs, and increase the inventory turnover. The internal business processes include revising the individualized inventory processes into a process standardized nationally, accurate measuring, delivery times, and order accuracy, and liquidating long-held inventory. The customer measures include improving on-time delivery and order accuracy, increased customer satisfaction, minimizing returns, and implementing a customer portal for direct ordering. Finally, the learning and growth objectives focus mainly on training employees on the new system and the technology.